Welcome everybody to Red Lemming Gaming. It is I, once again, Peyton, and I got bad end. Which, if you just deconstruct that sentence very briefly, doesn't make a lot of sense, because technically there's not like a noun in it, unless you know what I'm talking about is obviously this game. Which I haven't actually heard a lot of. I know it's a visual novel, which are like super big on Steam right now, and that this one, I guess, is just supposed to be like all bad endings, which is fun. So, nah, screw the manual. Whatever, I don't need that shit. Girl. Pant. I'm being pursued by someone tonight on the street. By whom? Well, at least they have good grammar. I haven't the slightest clue. I can say one thing for sure. Whatever it is, isn't human. Pant. If I'm caught by whatever it is, what's going to happen to me? I continue to run despite my uneasiness in my gut. But no matter how hard I try, they keep right on my trail. Maybe it's Tom Cruise. He's great at running. He does it in like all of his movies. Give me a break already. Whenever I glance back, it just seems they keep getting closer and closer. What the hell? I don't understand any of this. Why are they after me? It doesn't matter. I have to lose them, no matter what. If I could just make it to my house, I should be safe. I kept running and eventually came to an intersection and took a quick dash, down one of the side streets. Suddenly I was blinded by a pair of lights accompanied by the sound of screeching brakes. Oh, it must be a car. It's okay, dude. Deer fall for that all the time, so you're just, like, as smart as them. Ah! Since, obviously I can do the girl scream. I immediately felt an intense shock through my entire body. It was almost as if, like, a whole freaking car hit me or something. Slowly, my consciousness slipped away. Wow, this is quite dramatic already. Oh, and we're in a classroom now. Wow, that's quite the setup, right? Ding dong, ding dong. That's very rude. The school bell rang. That's it for today's lessons. Q-hey. I have to head out now. Question mark. Q-hey, don't you have something important to do right now? The class president, Kanami Sasaki, oh, it's a girl. Yuji Ogata, our friend, turns in her direction as well. God, there's just so many people whose names I can't pronounce. It's a new educational game, yeah. It's good for the brain, and keeps it in tip-top shape. Is it on the DS? Is it that brain thing? Yeah, that's right. So Yuji, how about joining me for a game or two? Am I gonna play a game in a game? Hell yeah. I'll beat you for sure this time. Heh. Are you sure that's okay? I remember you saying something about bombing your last exam, right? The class president countered in a sharp tone. But I guess his efforts were in vain. These Japanese games are the hottest thing right now. So what are you implying? So that's the reason we play these games? It also means that we're getting a valuable culture experience by playing with people online around the world. You guys are so full of crap. Yeah, seriously. That's the excuse that every person who's ever played an MMO plays before, right? Like, oh, you just get to meet a whole bunch of people, which I will say is true because I played them and I have to defend that. So he's right. I'm on his side. Oh, come on, man. We're best friends, right? Yeah, that's right. I wish I knew which one of them was which so I could give them a voice because I am just so incredibly confused right now. My name is Kyunui. I'm walking home with my childhood friend Yuji. Hanging out with him never got old, and I think Yuji also agrees. We're like best bros, man. We just hang out all the time, touch tips gingerly. When I get to my house, I immediately fire up the game console. Okay, I choose Jupiter. Alright then, I choose Mars. Oh my god, are the planets gonna just beat each other up? Nowadays, we're obsessed with the new strategy war type game. The game names the stages of planet names, and oddly enough, there are some with little girls' names. Anime sure is weird, huh? The hidden stage in this game is called the Black Hole, and it's not even a planet. That sounds dirty. That is weird. We went head to head for a few rounds, but in the end, we were about evenly matched. We've always lived close, blah, 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 blah. Man, if I could just read, that would be so great. We've always lived close since it's the same word every time. We've always lived close since we were little kids, so we've been able to play together on the same console. Isn't console gaming great? He says on Steam, playing his Steam game. Of course, we also just chill and hang out for no reason in general. We both have we both have different, why am I even reading tastes when it comes to the game genre? It's always been that way. On that note, so this is Yuji. Want to play something else? There's a mobile game I want to check out. That's cool. I'll just, read some manga while you just hang out. Why don't you try out the game as well? Yuji boots up his phone and is already completely immersed in the game. Who boots up their phone? Like, you just hit the button and it turns on. It's not like, oh, let me just boot up my computer. Do you even play any mobile games like Clash of that one thing and Boom the other thing? Oh my god, my first choice. Is this important? I don't really, so I'll just answer as me. I'll play them for like 3 days and then I put them down and then I get bored. Like I have like the worst attention span when it comes to those games. For one, mobile screen, god, every time. For one, mobile screens are just too tiny. It's hard to call it a true gaming experience. Whoa, shots fired. I honestly don't see the big hype about mobile games. What's so great about mobile games anyways? With like the candy thing and the stupid plants? It's just dumb. Casuals. For starters, you can play mobile games anywhere at any time. I think that's reason enough. Even some of the simpler games are great to pass the time. Sometimes a big fancy screen with gorgeous graphics can get tedious and boring, just as with mobile games. Yeah, guys, like you don't even need animated cutscenes. You can just have still pictures of things and it'll be entertaining, right? Kind of sell that a little hard, huh? I see your point. Even though Yuji gives me a lecture on how mobile games have merit, I still prefer good old-fashioned TV games and consoles because I'm just an elitist jerk. Well, if the game is as interesting as you say, then I might try it out. You need to play one of the more high-end mobile games. None of that crap where it's just like pictures and junk. High-end? Huh, it's good stuff. You'll see. What kind of game is it? The game that Yuji is recommending sounds interesting, so I might in fact like it. Actually, I haven't even downloaded the game yet. That's how cool it is! Then how do you know the game is as good as you say it is? Did you base that on a game review you read on the internet? I feel like this is making a lot of sharp jabs at things. Hey, can I use your PC for a second? I nodded and booted up the PC for Yuji to use, and then I sat there and had to boot up my television so I could watch cartoons. And then as the channel booted up, I decided to boot up my favorite manga and my favorite manga book. Sorry. What displayed on the screen was an anonymous BBS forum board. Why are we reading this? This forum isn't restricted to just a particular genre, but I was reading a post on how insanely popular it is worldwide. That popular, huh? What's the game called? The game is titled Bad End. Despite the name, people say it's too good to put down. I already started having a bad feeling about this. Also, are they playing the same? What happens when he boots up Bad End? Does it boot up earlier in his school day? And then he just plays up to that part and then it boots up again in an endless cycle of shenanigans? Is that why no one can put it down? They're caught in a bad end loop? Yuji says this with a grin. It's a simulation horror survival game. If a player gets a bad end in the game, then they supposedly die in real life. Oh boy, I can't wait. That's never been a bad sign. Hey, and then afterwards we could watch that movie where if you put it in, you'll die in 7 days. Also, we could go to this mountain that's called the Mountain of Death and then fucking disappear. And then while we're at it, we could just do other Scooby-Doo stuff to just murder us brutally. They're making it sound that way to hype the game up. Nah, man, I'm not kidding. It says so on the game's official website. Okay, well, why aren't you playing it yet? That's weird. I can access the page, but the download link isn't working. Yuji turned the mobile phone's display so I could see it. There was a simple website that looked almost identical to the one displayed on the PC screen. There's a link on the page named Bad End download.mpeg. See? I keep trying to download, but it won't start. Do you think it's a dead link? Well, according to the BBS, the game has been downloaded several times, so it should be working. A quick glimpse at some of the post headings confirms this. Very strange indeed. I know this is crazy, but I just considered something. What? Do you think that what these people are saying is true? I mean, the so-called myth about this game? Even though the webpage makes this claim, how can we be sure it's just not a load of crap? Yuji places his mobile phone on his desk beside him and turns his attention to the website on the PC's monitor. There's 20 threads, that's quite a lot. We start to read through the posts. No, I can't download the game at all. Such a game can't exist. You need to face reality. Seriously, how poignant. Anyways, let's play baseball. That's weird. So far, about 80% of the posts were like this. I can't get the game to start. A game like this can't exist. I finally got the game to download, and I'm already impressed from the get-go. My first choice in the game was creepy. There's no way someone ended up dying. Blah. Yeah, I got the download to work. I'm gonna stay up all night playing. You know, this is weird because this seems like if this was a real internet forum, there'd be like way more swearing, a lot more racist comments, and the fact that the first comment wasn't someone saying first leads me to believe this game is bullshit. The remaining 20% of BBS posts are for the most part positive praise about the game. See? So like 80% are people like, I can't get the game to work, and I can get the game to work, and then the other 20% are positive things. You'd swear these guys who made this game had never ever visited a forum before in their life. So even though there's a ridiculous rumor about dying when you get a bad end, it seems some people just blow it off as a joke. Most of these people are probably trolls. Most? So you think these posts are trolls, huh? Well, there are some interesting posts for sure. Check this out. Ah, no, I'm dying. Die. The evil one told me I have less than a minute to live, so I guess this is goodbye. Please, whatever you do, don't download this game unless you want to end up like me. First. See there? No way. I don't believe it. Yeah, I agree. Yuji laughs pleasantly and agrees that it's probably just a hoax. We then take off our shirts and start kissing. I mean, Bad End was released a few months ago, but this BBS board didn't show up until recently. Every day since then, bogus posts like this keep popping up. Since the download link is broken most of the time, it's not surprising most people just forget about it and move on. While this game isn't completely forgotten, it's a total mystery for sure. It doesn't make any sense. This is the internet after all. These things are bound to happen sometime or another. Guys, one job. Keep things working, come on internet. There's also something else I remember reading about this game. Apparently only a few select people are able to download it. A few select people? Question mark, question mark. Although I try to download the link every day, I can't get the damn game to download. Let me try. I access the download page with my own mobile phone. I navigate to the same download link and tap on it. No good. It won't work for me either. Check blah 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 blah. Check this out. There's a few posts that have actual gameplay recorded from the game itself. I see, so they've just uploaded what they've played so far? Who does that? Who just records themselves playing video games and just puts it up on the internet? What kind of narcissistic douche would do that? It's actually impressive that players actually have uploaded their own game experience for all the players to see. Yuji finds and clicks on a link in one of those posts and takes him to one of the players' Twitter pages. According to the page, the last update was 5 days ago. They've never been found since then. I wonder why they stopped tweeting. Good point. He was tweeting frequently up until just about 5 days ago. Do you think he might have died? Oh, come on, man. Seriously? We give the page another quick once-over. It seems the first couple of tweets are mostly praise about how great the gameplay is. However, from there, the posts get stranger and more ominous. The dark being came right out of the screen. That was the final tweet of this player. Nothing more had been posted after that. He probably posted this to further hype the game up, just like I said earlier. That's all there is to it. But still, I'd like to give the game a try. Heh, well, I hope you're able to get it running sometime soon. A little while later, we decided to call it quits for the day. After jerking off together, I saw Yuji off. I came back up and sprawled out of the bed. So if a player gets a bad end and they die in real life, huh? There can't be such a game. Can there? Yuji then sits there and ponders his life and then decides that it's all meaningless and kills himself. I've never heard of this type of thing in a game. Yes, I'm making a big deal of nothing. There's no way a game like this could exist. Later on that night, my mobile phone started ringing, and it displayed Yuji's number. Hey, you're not gonna believe this. What's up? I finally got Bad End to download. I switched the voices. I thought Kyuhei was the other guy. No kidding? For a moment, I thought he was making it up. But Yuji seldom tells a lie, especially not about video games. He is 100% serious about that. 100%. Even if it was a lie and I said, show me tomorrow, Yuji would outright admit he was telling a fib. What's it like? Have you played it yet? It just finished downloading and I was just about to install it. I'm curious to hear how it is after you play it. Alright man, I'll see you tomorrow and give you the details. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. They never saw each other again. That was the last time anyone heard of him. The conversation ended with friendly laughter. Yuji seemed really stoked to finally get the game to download. Now I'm curious and wouldn't mind going over to his place to check it out. Maybe I'll ask him tomorrow. However, little did I know that this would be the last conversation I would have with Yuji. Oh, come on, if I can make a joke about it, it doesn't seem appropriate to actually throw in the game. I mean, I felt like it would have just been better for me to show up at school. Hey, yeah, Yuji's just dead. He killed himself. And, yeah, meet our new student. Other character guy, because the main character always has to have a friend. I have some regrettable news, the teacher says. The morning homeroom teacher started speaking. They can't give the teacher a name? Yuji Ogata died last evening. What? The sound of confused voices could be heard throughout the room. Yuji... died? But... I loved him. Although it was futile, I sent him a text anyways. There was no reply. Because I only waited like 5 seconds, and apparently this is a universe where you could text people and they'll immediately respond. I mean, maybe other people who have like friends have that happen, but I know I don't. Maybe he caught a nasty cold or bug, and he was just at home in bed. That didn't seem to be the case. Obviously the homeroom teacher would just make up an elaborate lie about him dying because he's terrible about his job. Why? Why did he have to die? I don't understand all the details myself, but apparently he died in his own bedroom. That is all settled down for now. I will keep you posted if I hear anything new. The teacher's words stunned everyone, and the room was dead silent. Yuji died. Yuji, my best friend, died. Talk about a bummer. Soon after Yuji's funeral was carried out, Yuji was an only child. I can only imagine the heartbreak Yuji's parents felt. All of the other classmates attended the funeral as well. Except for Tom. Tom's a dick. He didn't show up. Boys wore expressions of disbelief, and the majority of girls were sobbing, because both genders only exhibit that one emotion. Yuji was admired and liked by everyone he came to know. Now I was looking at a picture of him taken not long ago. Why? Why did you have to die? My body is shaking, the tears flowing freely down my cheeks. Some time passed, but my world was still shattered. I found myself constantly looking out the window, and I could swear I could see his face staring down at me. Yuji, I said to myself, as the tear fell down my face. Kaname, Kyuhei, I'm sorry. If there's anything I can do. He was my best friend for 10 years, and just like that he's gone. I know you're hurting, but give it some time. Time heals all wounds. I'm trying, okay? The autopsy showed that his cause of death was acute cardiac insufficiency. His heart just kind of gave up. It's kind of like just bitching out, man. Yuji, to my knowledge, didn't have a life-threatening disease because I am also Yuji's doctor. So what the hell happened to him? Oh, cool. Thanks for interrupting my gameplay with an update, Fantasy Grounds. Wait. Could it be? If a player gets a bad end, then they will die. The ominous words kept repeating in my head. So did he have a heart attack in the game? Was his bad ending like, oh, he walked into the McDonald's and then ate one burger? But it was an evil satanic McDonald's. So he just kept eating Big Mac after Big Mac until he fell into a cardiac arrest and died. Bad end. I totally laughed it off as one big load of crap. Is that really even possible? Man, I feel like I should be in a soap opera. I feel like I'm nailing this. After school, I visited Yuji's house. Thank you for your prayers for Yuji. Not at all. Hey, so this is like a couple months later, and I understand people have problems dealing with it. But like, why is his room still the same? Like, they just left it. They were like, yeah, you know what? Our dead son's dead, and our lives will basically never move on past this, so we'll just keep his room so we could stare at it and be reminded of our dead son every time. We can't use the comics and games that Yuji kept, so I want you to oh, okay, so I'm sorry. I'm the asshole here, my bad. I'm sure he would have wanted you to have them. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have another reason for coming here today. Can I have his cell phone? Oh my god, I'm fucking right. Do you happen to have Yuji's mobile phone he was using? Yes, it's on his desk. There's a record of an email that I wanted to keep. Okay, I wanted to take a look at some of the contents. I go over to take the mobile phone from his desk. Yuji said that he had successfully downloaded and installed Bad End, but all I could find were pictures of his dick that he'd sent to other classmates. It's surely still installed on his phone. Oh. When the list of available apps appears, Bad End is listed as being installed. Yuji had installed it after all. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. By the way, did Yuji really have a heart condition like the doctor said? The doctor said as much, but... But what? Upon replying, fresh tears started streaming down her face. Yuji's face had turned so pale, and he looked so scared, so, he had scratched and clawed at his own throat. He must have been in so much pain on top of not being able to say anything. May I please borrow his phone for a little while? I would really appreciate it if I could have these pictures of his dick. I was allowed permission to borrow Yuji's phone. I couldn't conduct an investigation when his mom was in such an emotional state. Yuji's mobile phone is the same make and model as my own. It's actually a very common phone and nothing too special. The Crapple 5 phone, it's really great. However, he had downloaded Bad End, and I hadn't. Although I had tried on my own mobile phone, I couldn't get into install. Then why was Yuji able to download it? At any rate, I'm going to try and play it. I hesitated. This game could potentially be the only game in existence to completely defy any logic or human comprehension. But I have to know the truth behind this game! With determination, I started the app called Bad End. And, however... Huh? An error message showed, error, execution failed, and the application force closes. Shit. Then no matter how often I tapped the screen, it wouldn't respond. It's like the game ends. Like, that was my bad ending. I just got to watch my friend die because I don't play mobile games. For several minutes, no matter what I did, it was no use. Pressing the end button had no effect either. My hand holding Yuji's phone was trembling. A sense of fear was creeping in. Yuji, was this game really what killed you? It has to be. It has to be. Yuji fell victim to this game, just like the other players that supposedly got killed as well. Killed by the infamous Bad End. Damn it! Damn those dirty apes! A horror video game that actually kills a player in the real world. Based on what's happened so far, this seemed to be the case despite how unbelievable it sounds. Come on, this is ridiculous. Yuji had died, that is for certain. But is there any evidence or clue on the phone as to what Yuji had seen or did while playing? I tried to boot up Bad End again. It didn't ask for any prompts or display any personal information from the player. For example, if the player's in a different time zone or location, depending on the game, it won't run. Unexpectedly, something happened that I didn't anticipate. What? What's happening? The game was displayed on the splash screen just a little while ago, but now the Bad End icon had disappeared completely. Bum, 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 bum. Who made this game? And for what reason? It just didn't make any sense. Well, I guess we'll find out the next time that I play this bad end game on Red Lemon Gaming. Yeah? I hope you guys liked it. We haven't gotten anything scary yet, but like a lot of these visual novels have that, you know, that long opening where it just kind of takes forever to start rolling. I mean, I've only had 2 choices, but yeah, you know, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If you liked that episode, click on the link here to another one of my great videos. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with the show and all of its daily updates.